sing this song. It's been quite a journey since the last time I've been here. I've been to a lot of places, and it has been quite an uphill, downhill, through the valleys and over the mountains type of journey. And I'm not talking about through Georgia. I'm talking about in life and in ministry. And but over the past 11 years, I've been doing what I do. And I enjoy every minute of it. I enjoy all the places that I get to go, and the people I get to meet, and the people I get to spread joy to. And that's what this tour is all about, is spreading joy. For the first time in 11 years, I say this out of humbleness, not pride in myself, but I have, for the first time in 11 years, a charting song to the radio stations around the country. So that has been exciting to me. And I want to thank the folks from Christian Voice magazine. And they have worked very hard to make this possible. And so I didn't bring in all my CDs. They're out here, but I didn't bring them in here to talk about, because this morning I want to talk about the Christian Voice magazine, because they work very hard to support people like me. A lot of people you may never hear of. Christian Voice helps us get out there. There's a lot of devotions that go in these magazines, singer schedules and stuff like that. And so stop by the product table when you sign up to receive the Christian Voice magazine. You're helping support Southern gospel music, and you also get a free CD while signing up. So stop by the table. It's $20 a year, and that helps support the magazine and helps support gospel music. And thanks to Christian Voice magazine, this has become maybe my one and only ever starting song, but it's starting right now. So I hope it ministers to you. When I'm tossed on life's sea and the waves cover me, and the dark clouds won't let the sun shine through, then a voice seems to say, child, there'll be a brighter day. Don't allow the clouds to hide sweet heaven's view, 'cause you got one more valley, one more hill, maybe one just skip on forward a little bit, and we're trying to fit everything in a time frame this morning, and we got the sister over here going to bring forth the word, and so I want to just kind of speed things up on my part. And as I told you just a few minutes ago, life hasn't always been easy. And I'm sure many of you can testify that you have gone through the trials and tribulations of life. But through it all,
hallelujah,
God has been there with us.
Oh, no.
And as an old song says, through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to trust in God. Through it all, I've learned to depend upon His Word.
Hallelujah.
I've learned to depend upon His Word.
Amen. Hallelujah.
And over the years, I've had the privilege to stand on the stages with a lot of people. A lot of great people.
Yes.
I've had the honor of winning awards, being nominated, having a charting song. I've sang to large crowds, I've sang to small crowds. I've traveled across the country, and I've gotten paid large amounts, and I've got paid very small amounts. But no matter where, I keep Him first.
That's right. Amen.
Because without Him, what good is money? What good is awards?
Come on.
What good is a charting song?
Come on. Hallelujah.
What good is fame and
Come on.
popularity?
That's right.
Amen.
And what I do is not about the fame, the fortune.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
So often we get caught up thinking, well, Lord, we have bills to pay. We have this to do. We have that to do.
Amen.
Come on.
And then the Lord has to knock on your heart's door and
Come on.
say,
That's right.
are you forgetting what the true reason is? Why you do what you do?
Hallelujah. Praise.
If it's all about fame and fortune and money, why in the world would I spend my time in a car traveling across the country singing Southern gospel music?
Come on.
Why would I not choose to be a country artist? I love country music. I love to sing good country music.
Right.
But that's not what God called me to do.
Come on, brother. Come on. Come on.
That's not what God called me to do.
Tell it like it is. Come on.
And over the years, I've had the privilege of a lot of my childhood heroes, getting to know them and getting to actually be personal friends with a lot of them. And one particular group you will hear me speak a lot of oftenly is the Blackwood Brothers Quartet.
Praise the Lord. Yes.
The Blackwood Brothers have traveled for 84 years, and I have grown up knowing of them all of my life.
Yes.
They have become a very special group to me, very dear friends. And their lead singer, about 3 years ago, Michael Helwig, was diagnosed with ALS. Some of you will know as Lou Gehrig's disease. We had refused to accept that diagnosis because we know one who's greater than ALS.
Amen.
Amen.
Over the years, we've watched his body deteriorate and lose the use of his limbs and struggle from day to day, have the good and bad days. About 8 months ago, I began a little tour that was just about a 6-month tour entitled Back to My Roots. And as I was going through the selection of songs that I was going to do, I was putting together songs that I had grew up singing, songs that I started out my career singing. songs that I just loved throughout the years. But there was one song that kept coming up. I said, Lord, I can't sing that song. That's Michael's song. Michael always sang this song as his last featured song when he was to travel with the Blackwoods. But it was like the Lord spoke to my heart and said, don't sing this song to try to do it as good as Michael. Do it in honor of Michael.
Amen.
Have the audiences around the country pulling together in prayer, because there is power in prayer.
Come on. Amen.
It says, wherever 2 or 3 agree touching anything, it shall be done.
Yes.
How much more power when you have congregations all over the country.
Amen.
So I began sharing Michael's story, telling about his battle with ALS, and having audiences around the country praying. December the 6th, 2017, I was out in Nashville for Michael's birthday. Stayed at his house and watched the struggle that he goes through day in and day out. Lame from his waist down, could not move his legs, his feet. He had lost down to 98 pounds. But I still refused to accept that ALS was taking over. I continued sharing his story and traveling, and in February I remember I was at this little Methodist church down in the middle of nowhere in Mississippi. And I remember the pastor getting up and he knelt down in the aisle, and after the song ended, he got up and he said, I believe we touched heaven tonight on Michael's behalf. I don't even know Michael, but I believe that God has touched him. In April, I was scheduled to go out to see Michael after my homecoming in Memphis, but I ended up coming down sick, and I didn't want to take any contagious disease out there. And but Michael had told me he had something he was going to tell me when I got there. Well, since I didn't make it, he kept it all hid from me of what was going on. He just made a little post on Facebook. About 3 weeks ago at the Memphis Quartet show, I had a show during that week, and the night that the Blackwood Brothers were going to be going on stage, that morning, I prayed, God, with you all things are possible, and I asked you will allow Michael to walk on stage tonight. See, Michael had to pull off the road with the Blackwood Brothers a little over a year ago when he lost all complete use of his limbs, his legs. Well, he let me know he was going to be at Memphis Quartet show, and we were excited about that, but we didn't know what God had in store. That night, Michael texted me from backstage, and he says, I'm so excited for you to see what God has for me to share with the audience tonight.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
For the first time in over a year, Michael Hellwig walked on stage with the Blackwood Brothers Quartet. He had gained 21 pounds. Now, it is going to be a road to recovery, but we know one who is greater than ALS.
Yes, we do, brother.
We know one who is greater than Lou Gehrig's disease. And we declare the goodness of the Lord.
Amen.
And this morning, as I sing this song, I sing it in honor of him. Michael always sang this song, and it has so much truth to it. Because what is wealth if you don't have Jesus?